Both probability and statistics are fields of study that involve a layer of randomness. For probability, we start with a model of a situation and try to determine information about the randomized outcomes. With statistics, we start with data that may have a level of randomness in it and try to determine a model that fits it. For example, if we're talking about flipping a coin, in probability theory, we might start with the idea that it is a fair coin that has a 50% chance of landing on each side. But with statistics, we would start by flipping the coin a bunch of times and ask whether it's reasonable that the coin is fair. When taking repeated measurements, we can create a frequency table. This is a table of all the outcomes that also displays how many times each result has happened. And once we've got these values, we can turn it into a chart. Charts like this are often called histograms or bar charts. This is a simple visual way to communicate information. Outcomes, such as heads or tails, and colors, are called categorical data. We are putting the outcomes into categories based on some characteristic. In some situations, the information we get is numerical. Numerical data give us other ways to try to describe the information. Suppose that we have an urn with balls in it, and each ball is labeled with a number. We don't know how many balls are in the urn, nor do we know what numbers they have, but we can reach in and grab a bunch of balls and just see what we get. We won't necessarily get all the balls, but we can use the information we have to make a guess as to what else is in the urn. Let's say we drew 10 balls and got the following collection. We can put this information into a frequency table and then into a chart. This gives us a quick sense of the data that we have. But there's more we can do. In fact, there are 3 specific numerical quantities that we can use to understand the numerical information: the mean, the median, and the mode. The mean is what most people think of when they think of an average. To calculate the mean, you add up all the values and divide by the number of values. The median is the middle number when all the values have been put in increasing order. If you have an even number of values, it's the average of the 2 middle values. In this case, the median is 2.5. The mode is the number that appears the most often. If there are multiple values that appear the most, then they are all considered to be the mode. Each of these values have important uses when trying to understand the data contained in the urn. They all try to give us a sense of what we should expect from the numbers coming out of the urn, but they all do it in slightly different ways. In class, we will look at some more examples of this to help build our experience and intuition for working with these values.